it was a walled city. Like it used to be a fortified. I don't know the history of that particular city, but I mean it had defensive walls, and so I found myself smoking this joint. I mean, that's so stupid to smoke a joint walking around China, but and so I was walking up the walls of this, like the battlement or whatever, and I get up to the top, and it's just so pretty over the lake and the mountains, and the sky is so pretty. I mean, I don't. Traffic was non-existent really there, and so it was just so quiet. And I was walking around, and I finished that joint, and so I'm just sitting there on the wall of this, the wall, and I don't know how to end this because it doesn't end great, but so I mean I'm just sitting there up there, and I don't know, probably smoking a cigarette. Maybe that was the thing. I don't know to this day what did it, but and this like really elderly guy, it made the weed selling, trinket selling woman look sprightly, and this like really like bent over old man who had somehow also ascended the walls came up, and he just started shouting at me, and I like pointing his finger in the air, like not at, I don't know how Chinese, maybe that was offensive, but pointing his finger in the air, and I didn't know what to say, and I was kind of high and in China, and soon to have a horrible sunburn. So that was such a weird night that we just started out trying to get a whiskey and a beer, and I went up with the alley lady, and then this guy was shouting at me, and all I could do when the guy was shouting at me was eventually just walk away. I mean, I was telling him in English, like, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're yelling at me about. And of course he didn't understand, just like I didn't understand him. But anyway, I got back to the hotel. It was just such a nice hotel. It was just all so wooden and stuff. It's funny, I don't really remember the bed. I remember the bathroom. I don't know, I've been in so many hotel rooms. Sometimes you remember one thing about them. Sometimes you might remember a sink or the bidet. And sometimes you might remember a vending machine. I don't know. Sometimes I'm going to end with this, but I'll tell you guys, if you ever have trouble going to sleep, and who doesn't, just think about, it doesn't matter, you don't have to be exciting places, just try and, if you want to distract yourself, think of all the movie theaters you've ever been in, right? Or all the bus stations, or all the food courts at the shopping mall, right? Everybody's been to more than one food court. So just think of that, and that'll give you something to think about before you go to bed. All right, go to bed.